Welcome back to my channel, everybody. It's me, Cosmic Groovy, and this is going to be Moldavite Experience episode 4. I'm going to be very honest. It's been a long time, and I haven't updated you guys because I'm not going to keep coming on here and discussing why my life is in shambles every day. I'm not going to keep doing that. Since the last time that I updated you guys, I actually stopped working with my Moldavite for a while because it's been just too much to get a grip on my life. I've been hospitalized. I just stopped being sick after like 2 months, like last week. The symptoms started to subside at least a little bit. My website is, I end up getting a new domain, but you have to wait 2 months before it can be activated. I've officially hit the 2-month mark, so I'll be launching that again. But I'm just in a really rebranding, refocusing mode. I'm trying to really figure out the direction that I want to go. A lot of people are trying to go the direction that I'm going right now, and it sucks because it's like there are many different soap companies, many different lotion companies. Like anybody could be a tarot reader or an astrologist, but the competition is fierce because this is the age that we're going in. And it just sucks a little because I've noticed, and I'm not one of those people that thinks everybody's copying them, but I've noticed a lot of things that I do that I don't have a big following. So the little guy, people come and watch the little guy and take things that we do and steal them, and I've been experiencing that. So I've been feeling a little down, and I feel a bit unappreciated. I have nothing but people that just care to just see and just, I don't really understand what the point is of social media right now, like in my life, especially because I'm not somebody on there for ego. I really don't care for looks and things like that. I just, social media can be funny. We can connect. Like, that's how I acquire business and stuff like that. But some people, I just don't understand why people will click your story every day to be so invested in your life, but not support you or share a flyer or press like on something that you're doing, but they will constantly watch you. And it's really starting to scare me, even though it's like, I know some people could just scroll past and not really care about what, is going on. But I've been noticing that I have a lot of ungenuine fascination with me, like on my social media. Like, nobody really cares about what you're saying. Just, they want to see, measure up where you at in life, take it and see how better they doing than you. Like, that's really all everything is. And this is another reason why I just stay to myself. Like, people just only want to kind of know what you're doing to size you up, use it against you, stuff like that. And I'm trying not to be so negative, but I gotta be realistic. So I really don't understand. I've been going through a lot though. Like, this Moldavite, I've always been somebody that's battled with depression and anxiety, but this Moldavite has really did a number on me, and I'm still dealing with a lot of emotional, spiritual things rather than, material things. Like, I'm grateful it didn't turn me homeless or anything like that, but I did experience a rent raise. I'm now just starting to look at where I am. I'm feeling like I'm outgrowing everything. I'm outgrowing this space. I'm outgrowing this state. I'm just really observant, and I'm being very aware, and I'm noticing that I'm not as healed as I thought I was. I say this in every video, but for real, I have a lot of abuse that I'm needing to heal from. A lot of it being from narcissists, and I'm somebody that I consider myself an empath. I am a giving person. I'm vulnerable. I just see light and beauty in everybody. I feel like I want to save the world, but I've really ruined my life, falling into the trap of narcissists. And I'm not trying to, make this a conversation about narcissists, but I was raised by somebody that I think has traits of a narcissist. So it started with me from young with the conditioning and the molding and what is okay, and we look at our parents and we think that they're wise and mature and we have to follow their footsteps. And this is important with astrology too, because your first few houses, the foundation, your self-identity and awareness, it starts at home. You know, we only know what our parents teach us. We only want to become what they instill in us to become. We don't have any ideas or perspective for ourselves. And when narcissism comes into play, you really don't have anything for yourself. You really don't trust your thoughts, or you're not allowed to say, you're not allowed to think, you're not allowed to have an opinion. And it's really been hard. And I'm seeing that a lot of decisions that I made, I really am in a trapped, hellish mindset of thinking that certain things are okay and that it's me, that something is wrong. I am a giver. I want the best for everybody. I don't want anybody to go through pain. I know what that's like. I don't want anybody to suffer. So I attract people in, and I take on like situations that I don't have to, and I try to change people and help them. But these 5 Scorpio placements are not doing me right now. And the Moldavite ain't helping, and I just never been loved the right way. I never been appreciated the right way. I only know abuse. I only know pain. And I only know just give. Like, I'm so tired of that. And I'm in a place where the change that has to happen, that the Moldavite is pushing on me, it has to be with me. Like, there's nothing that anybody can do. I don't think I'm gonna get material or things from this Moldavite. With me, I feel a real change of identity. I'm feeling a real detachment. I'm feeling real pushed because I'm very uncomfortable right now. I'm feeling like I don't see a purpose of any of this. Like, I know that there's a bigger picture. I preach it all day. But when you experience narcissism and abuse and emotional abuse and physical abuse, and those things are hard, especially when you know this is a world that is nothing but ego-based things. Narcissists have issues with ego. They need their ego to be fulfilled. They just need excessive admiration. They need you to constantly compliment them. You're just there, like, for them to suck and take your energy, for them to feel good about themselves, because they're really fragile. I've loved people that were narcissists, and, you know, just because somebody's a narcissist, I don't think it's easy to say, oh, just, you know, like, you can actually love these people. They can be a parent. They can be someone that you have a child by. They can be someone that has done good things for you, because we get confused when you deal with narcissists. You go through like a few phases, and we first experience this love bomb phase from them where they love you and they treat you so good. So that's what we think we can come back to, but that's just the beginning before it starts with the devaluing you and the discarding you and the hoovering to check the temperature. And a lot of my abuse has been from me because I'm very strong and I defend myself against narcissists. I'm not one that's gonna sit and be quiet. I'm gonna have my opinion. I'm gonna tell you that you're wrong, that you sound crazy and delusional. And they get triggered and they get upset and they get angry, and some of them have a temper. And it just hurts because these people are really good at covering up who they really are. And to the world, they're looked at as so confident and amazing and successful. And especially when you have some narcissists that can go on with their life and be admired and recognized, and people love them, and you're looked at as weird and detached and closed off. And this is just how you know how to survive from what you experience, and you lose everybody, and you've lost everybody already because now you isolate and you're paranoid. Like, I've been dealing with this for so many years, for so long. And I'm in this point in my life where I need people. Like, we need people, but I'm scared of people. And I'm trying to instill some values in myself of what I think I'm worth and what I think I deserve. And then I just think of all I've gotten, and how could I ever have deserved that? So when you have to, sorry, I'm so emotional. When you have to create values for yourself, and you have to detach and unlearn and reteach yourself from everything that you've learned and experienced, and realize that that wasn't the right way and that that wasn't okay. And forgive. And you really have to forgive people, honestly, and forgive narcissists, because they only know what they know. I made a blog post from my website about narcissism and narcissists, because it's just something that's really affecting me so bad. And these people, you know, they don't know love. They usually, you know, opposites attract. And it's very twisted, but narcissists and empaths attract, because the empath just wants to give to be admired and recognized a certain way that the narcissist does. But the narcissist is looking to take, and the empath just wants to give and just charge this person that will take it. There's no boundaries and limits for a narcissist. But I wrote, what is a narcissist? A narcissist is someone who has a mental condition which allows them to have an inflated sense of their own self-importance. They have a need for excessive admiration and attention and disregard for others and their feelings. This extreme confidence, though, is a mask in front of a very fragile self-esteem that they are trying to compensate for, okay? Narcissists usually never receive the love that they needed to in childhood, or they either had too much attention from a parent, or inflated sense of importance. Usually rich people have that type. And there are two types of narcissists. Covert, and these are people that they're more introverted and you can't really tell because it's covered. They're coverted. So to others, they look like, oh, they're nice and quiet, like there's no way, until we don't really know anybody. Like, it's all illusion. The ego is a mask. Being a narcissist is a mask. The soul is everything. The soul is your true identity, how your character, stands. But behind closed doors, how you treat people, your actions and your feelings dictate. And how you treat people is everything. That says everything. How you feel dictates your day. That's your ruling force. So how you feel inside is going to be how you treat others. And overt narcissists, these are the people that are very loud and arrogant, and they have to keep announcing how great they are just to make you believe it, and reverse psychology you out of it because they don't believe it. So as many times as they got to say it for you to believe it, they could, these are the self-affirmators. These are the people that they need compliments. They need it. They're insensitive to the needs of others. Just everything they do is just for the sense of give me compliments, inflate my ego. I need it. I don't feel like shit, And some signs of narcissists: a superiority complex. Like, they really believe the world is all about them and you are an extra in their movie, in their life. They have no regard that this is also your experience, or that you're experiencing life, or that you're human. They don't care about that part of you. It's only about them. And this is where it gets scary, because you'll be sitting here turning black and blue, trying to make someone like this see, like, hey, I have feelings, hey, I'm human, hey. But they don't have empathy. They've never received it. Empathy is important. If you don't have emotional intelligence, if you can't be able to tell what love feels like, and how to have compassion and sincerity, this is this is where we come into people that expect others to take care of them. They just honestly feel like you're here on this earth to just make their world go round. And when you can be a giving, empathic person, and you just want to help people and show them things, you can think that this is okay. Like, because you want to care and show somebody, like, you think this is okay. And these people are energy vampires. They just want to take advantage of others and take from others. And they don't even care, like, how would it affect you or anything, because it's all about them. They can be bullies. They can be manipulators. They look down on people. They are really good at reverse psychology that I've noticed, especially from my experiences with narcissists. They will gaslight you, and they will do things like say things to you to get a reaction out of you, just to say, oh, look what you did. You're right. I'm right. That, you know, they do things like that. And like, that is sick. This is a sickness. It's a sickness. And to be this obsessed with power and success and, you know, ego-based things, and especially over others and at the expense of others, something is wrong with you internally. Something is wrong with you if power and success and control over people make your world go round. And this is what makes me upset, because the world is ran by narcissists. The top elitists in the world are narcissists. They create and they make things off of the energy of everyone else, out of the lesser and the minority. This is literally how the world is going around. And I really believe that it's not that they're bad people. They have bad ways and they weren't showed the right way. And narcissistic people, you know, they really make me believe that we're living in hell. Because how can anybody be like this? This has to be hell. The devil had to have an inflated sense of ego in heaven to think that everything was about him, to get kicked out and be left to roam the earth. Okay? It's all spiritual. We forget that. But this is spiritual. We create our heaven. An empath is someone who has the capacity, and this is what I wrote. This is not me stealing from anybody. This is my website blog post. I made this, okay? An empath is someone who has the capacity to understand or feel what another person is experiencing from the other spectrum, placing oneself in another's position. This is something that narcissists just do not do or refuse to do, which I can't understand. How can you live in a world with 7 billion people and think that they can only think and feel how you want them to think and feel? 7 billion people who have their own parents with their own upbringing, their own foundation, their own values, their own experiences and perspectives, and their own conditioning. And you think that it's all about you. And this person is here to serve you. And empathic people, we understand because we feel. How could you not feel for someone else? How can you not feel and even feel bad for hurting someone? That's sociopathic, okay? So, empaths likely experience a lot of traumatic experiences and want to prevent others from feeling the same. And this is true for me especially. Who the hell wants someone to... Why would you want someone to suffer? I will never understand that. But some signs of an empath are someone with no boundaries. Someone that gives until they're depleted. Someone vulnerable. Someone that has an intense need to take care or heal others. Someone that sponges up the energy and environments. People that are empathic or highly sensitive. We say to ourselves, you will never see me with anybody, really, because I like to say to myself, I don't do well in big crowds. I don't do well around certain energies because I feel it. I know how you feel about me. I could tell that if you've experienced hurt, I could tell that you need someone, a friend. I could feel those things. And how can you not? How can you not? How can you be so shut off? Like, but it's from trauma. Because I'm shut off in a different way from trauma. I'm shut off where now I'm scared of people. And I'm scared to connect. And I'm, you know, but that's just because I didn't have any boundaries. And I didn't place any boundaries on myself. And I let myself be a punching bag in a walking mat and a doormat, you know. But there was this quote from Albert Einstein about the law of attraction. And it says, everything is energy and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality that you want and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. That is not philosophy. It's just physics. And this makes sense. We create the realm of reality that we experience. And it's hard to live in it, but once you are aware of it already, it's now on you. And I'm now aware of narcissism, my upbringing, my foundations, the fact that I have no boundaries. So now going forward, I know the things that I have to change and leave behind and forgive. But, you know, it just ain't that easy. It requires a healing process. It requires deconstructing yourself and everything that you thought to be true and everything that you thought was okay, and loving on yourself after seeking it from places that didn't give it to you. And this goes for the narcissist as well. You have to give these things to yourself. That this is just the most important thing. We have to stop looking for others to fill our cups. We should come whole, or at least try to work together, understanding yin yang. And you know, if you don't have that, you don't have anything. How we feel about ourselves dictates how our values, what we feel we deserve. And nobody deserves trauma and pain and turmoil. You know, there are challenges in life, but it doesn't have to be harder than it already is. It's already hard. Our parental upbringing becomes what we know, and what we know becomes what we become and who we become. And you know, how we are developed in this physical realm, you know, how we form our trusts and securities and insecurities depends on our primal instinctive traits and feelings and thoughts that we develop from what we're shown. And this is not to blame parents, but they only know what they know, and your grandparents only knew what they knew, and before that, and it's just curses. This is why these are curses that we have to break. And both the narcissist and the empath are both playing out. We're both playing out ways that we evolved ourselves from the circumstances that we just partook in. That's it. Our thoughts and our energetic frequencies attract in how we feel about ourselves. We are neurological and biochemical beings, okay? Your mother literally activates the chemistry within you. Emotional bonding, skin-to-skin contact, nurturing, soothing you, caretaking. This releases the neurological responses that creates attachments. And if you don't have that, you'll never know what it's like. You can't have empathy. You can't relate. You don't know what it's like to be nurtured and soothed. This is why it does start in the womb. We have to do better. We have to do better. We have to fix ourselves. We have to stop looking for others to fix us. We have to stop having kids. Oh, I had a son because I needed to know love. Oh, I had a daughter because I needed to calm down. No, you were supposed to be healed first and then go have these things. Your child can't save you. This is how the curses continue. And we put ourselves in things that we're not ready for. And in anger, now you're resenting the child that didn't ask to be here. That's now going to grow up and have this confused sense of self-identity and look for it elsewhere and act out or be rebellious or turn narcissistic or become a walking doormat. Empaths are likely to become an empath because they're sensitive to their environment. They either experience a lot of intense sensitivity in the household where they didn't feel seen by their parents. It could be from genetics as well, trauma, abuse, or something that they've watched from a parent. Empaths are very sensitive to environment because we're very vigilant and we're very aware because we pay attention to social cues. We feel like threats, or we pay attention to social cues and things of that nature because, you know, emotional and social cues indicate if we're doing something right, because we don't know. Especially if you've been told you were a problem, or, you know, you didn't feel seen, or you didn't have a say, or you didn't have a way to be yourself. You don't know. All you can do is pay attention to social and emotional cues. It makes you very sensitive, very vulnerable. This is how trauma bonds form and why empathic people love to trauma bond. And narcissists are narcissists because they've either had a parent that gave them excessive admiration or poor admiration. people like this came from parents that had no regard for the development. They probably had their own things they were going through, but this is why it's important for us to break these curses so that we don't have to deal with this. This is not okay for either party. So yeah, this is not to make this whole video about narcissism. This is just an update. I'm just kind of in the spiritual and emotional part of the Moldavite journey. And I know that this will bring new beginnings for me because I'm deconstructing myself. I've closed myself off. I don't want to do readings right now. I don't want to be around people right now. I just really got to take some time to myself. I'm in true hermit energy and learning and figuring myself out. I've been getting deeper into my spirit. Esoterics really helped me. Learning about the ego and the soul. I got a birth chart reading yesterday from a very famous astrologer. His name is Astro Ray, and he told me that I'm here to be a teacher or coach for women and young women, and I do believe that. I've always felt like that. I feel like that's why I've experienced all the things that I experienced, because I can take on that stuff. 5 Scorpio placements, it's like, it's not easy, but I can handle the pain of others. This is another reason why I'm so empathic and why I attract narcissists, because I just want to help people and not take on to carry burdens. But I'm going to give this to people that deserve it and people that need to hear that they're not alone, and battered women that's dealt with narcissism, abuse, rape, molestation, things like this, to help us heal ourselves and heal our wounds so that we can instill better values in ourselves, attract better, and breed and have babies in better mindsets and emotional states and with better partners. That's the way to change the world. So this was just that video. I'm very emotional. I don't know what else to do besides just talk about this kind of stuff. I have more content coming really on my channel, but for right now, I'm just like in a real Mercury retrograde eclipse energy, so I'm not going to do too much. You know, I'm a very fun, uplifting, social person. Not every video is going to be Debbie Downer, but this is me, and this is where I am right now in my life, and that's just that. And I'm on the road to being my greatest self. Life is forever a healing experience. You're never just going to be all the way put together. It's forever going to take work to keep it together. So let's just be realistic and let's just be real. And I was just that with my Moldavite experience part 4. This just has me in a whole nother realm of reality in my head. I'm on another plane. And that's just that. Go check out my other videos I just made. And follow me over on Instagram at Cosmic Groovy, COSMICGROOVY. And yeah, I post a lot of astro tips, astro tricks, things about astrology, tarot readings every now and then. But right now I'm in a real cleansing energy. I don't have anything to give. I'm depleted. So I'm just working on myself, getting myself together one day at a time. I hope that this video resonated with some people. Narcissism is hard. I've been watching a lot of videos from Dr. Romani. I watch a lot of videos on narcissism and what they go through and what they're dealing with, because I'm trying to be understanding, you know. That's easier for us to forgive others. You don't even have to ever hear sorry once you learn how to forgive others and leave the past behind and understand why you have to go through these things, because anything triggering you is something within yourself that you got to work on. So, you know, that's that. So I'll see you guys in another video, maybe Moldavite episode 5. Like, something will happen and it'll be better than this. Like, I'm not trying to be miserable and crying every video, but that was that. I just wanted to just have that little quick conversation, and hopefully something good comes out of this, because this Moldavite is about to go in the garbage. If not, I can't handle it. I put it down for like a month. But yeah, peace out. See you guys in my next video. Bye.